Hello everybody, welcome back to Small Talk. It's been a long time since I haven't done an updated video. A lot has changed in the past few days. When I was missing from the picture, I'm always late to the party, I guess, but it doesn't matter because I still like to share my perspective with those who watch me. So there are a few things that I like to talk about. Of course, first thing first is the election. What was the cause of winning and losing of the two parties? And then number two, I'm talking about the stock market. And number three, going to talk about Tesla and what is the outlook going forward for Tesla and the price prediction, etc. So first thing first, we all know that it was a red sweep across the board. Trump has won with a very large majority, and he has defeated Vice President Kamala Harris. There are lots of theories about why Trump won and why Kamala lost. I have a theory of my own as well, and I'd like to share that with you. I guess the main reason why Trump has won the election is because the past 4 years during Biden's administration, everybody was suffering financially, economically, and people were struggling to pay their bills, pay for their groceries and food, etc. And the money that has been used to fund the wars across the world was people were not happy about it. We always forget that an average American, regardless of their race, ethnicity, color, religion, they all want the same thing. Everybody wants to be able to pay their bills at the end of the day and put food on the table for their families. And if they're not able to do this, they're going to try and the next candidate who they think might be able to help them. That's an average American. And I know in the past 4 years, so many people have lost their jobs. The inflation has been skyrocketed. People can argue, well, it wasn't created by Biden. It doesn't matter. People don't look at the bigger picture. They don't look at, okay, who created the inflation and what was the cause behind it. People say, okay, in the past 4 years, we have struggled, we have lost jobs multiple times. I know my own husband has switched jobs 3 times in the past 4 years, which is crazy. But I guess that's the economy that we're in right now. So I have seen very well off, well educated people standing in the lines to on those soup kitchen, etc., for getting their groceries and stuff. And that's a very sad reality of our society and this country today, where billions of dollars are being sent to other nations and fund their wars, which the US has no connection. The US public has no connection with. So people are sick and tired of paying for the wars for past 20 years, and that was one of the reasons why people did not want to vote for Kamala Harris. And the other thing is why Kamala Harris lost was because she did not talk about anything different that she would do as far as Joe Biden was concerned. Instead, she basically talked about the continuity of Joe Biden's legacy, which unfortunately he doesn't have one. Um, in the past 4 years, he has done nothing but to promote genocide in Gaza and Palestine. That's all he's done. Besides that, he has done nothing for the American public. People were sick and tired of this. And the fact that Kamala Harris has not said anything different than what Joe Biden has been doing, she lost a majority of her votes right there. Uh, People were surprised at why Hispanic population and Arab Muslim population, particularly in Michigan, were voting for him. The answer is right there. People are trying to punish Democrats. I know the Muslims are punishing Democrats because of what they've done in Gaza and Palestine in the past uh, 14, 15 months. And Muslims did not want to vote for Kamala Harris, who said that she will be continuing Joe Biden's legacy, which means she'll be funding the wars and she will be helping Israel to kill Muslims in Gaza. Would Trump do anything different? It's a possibility, one of many possibilities, that he might do something different. And the reason being is that he always talks about peace, he always talks about ending the war, he always talks about making America great again, which means the average person in US has hopium. Lots of time hopes sell better than the reality. And that's the other reason why Trump won the election and Vice President Kamala Harris lost this election. Now, after the night of the election, I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning. At some point, I guess I might have dozed off. When I woke up, I saw they were announcing that Trump had won Pennsylvania state, and historically Pennsylvania state the has been the cause of winner of a presidential candidate. So if a presidential candidate wins Pennsylvania, for the most part, they are going to win the election. Um, and this time, um, Trump has a red sweep. Basically, all the swing states went for Republicans. Even the states that who never voted for Republicans actually went and voted for Republican, which was a big shock to even Trump himself, it seems like. And Kamala Harris was actually shocked, and lots of people were shocked. Number two, I always said, not maybe on the camera, but among my family, my close friends and family, that Trump is going to win. And the reason being was I don't think personally that American public and the American policymakers and the government is ready to have a female commander-in-chief to lead the nation. So there was no way that they were going to have Kamala Harris become the next woman of color female president, because the U.S. is not ready for it. This is going to be revolutionary if that happens. So that was the other reason why Trump was gonna win, in my opinion. Now that Trump has won, we'll see how the policies take place. Now let's talk about the stock market. I have been mentioning in my videos previously that historically, when Republicans win, the stock market tends to rally because of the difference in policies between economic policies between Democrats and Republicans, and that's exactly what's happening. The stock market is going bananas, basically. It's skyrocketing. Regardless of who was the winner, after the election, stock markets tend to rally anyway because of the uncertainty. The Wall Street does not like uncertainty. So once that uncertainty was out of the way, the stock market was going parabolic. And the Tesla stock particularly was going up because of Elon Musk's endorsement to Donald Trump, and the fact that he has been the right-wing man for Donald Trump during his campaign has helped him a lot. It is the Tesla and the Tesla bulls are expecting the stock to go much higher, because now that the Trump is in power and Elon Musk is close ally to Trump, basically the new FSD is going to be much sooner running on the roads than expected, because of so many regulatory restrictions that Elon Musk would be able to get ease from Donald Trump, versus if Kamala Harris was the president, it probably wouldn't have happened. So I was reading an article which said that Elon Musk donated $13 million to Donald Trump's campaign the day after the election, after Donald Trump won. Elon Musk was $24 billion richer than the day before, which is only 1,400 times more than what he donated to Donald Trump. That was a very good return on his investment. $13 million really paid off for Elon Musk. Good for him, and good for the Tesla bulls. Congratulations to all who held the stock. Stock went up. My prediction, as I've been mentioning in the videos before, that it would have been $295, $300. But I was expecting, because recently the price target was, the price prediction was reviewed, and the highest price was $315 for Tesla. So my expectation was that it will go as high as $315. But this past Friday, Tesla stock went up to $330. There was a major short squeeze that took place in Tesla, and everybody was very happy. So was I. The momentum is there. Do I think if the Tesla stock is going to keep going up? Probably it will keep going up. It probably crossed 350, if possible 400, up to $460 in the next couple months. But I think at this point the valuation is pretty high, and I think it's getting riskier, because yes, the momentum is there. Could it go up? Absolutely, it could go up. But if I was a smart investor or smart trader, I would take some profit at these points, because I think it has already gone up significantly. As I told you in the previous video, my goal was to sell it to 95, 300. But now I haven't sold anything yet. But Monday, I'll probably sell at the levels if it stays at these levels. So 315, $320 will be my targets. I would sell quite a large number of my shares on Monday. And not a personalized financial advice, but I think it'll be a good place to take some profit. You don't have to sell all of your shares, but it's okay to take some profit and, catch some tendies in and leave the rest in if you want to and ride the momentum. And if it falls down, I would say put a stop loss to so you don't lose too much of your gains, and then you can still cut your losses. The other thing is, in the long run, am I bullish on Tesla? Absolutely. I think Tesla is going to go up to 350, 400, or possibly $465, because there's a lot of things that are taking place. Number one, Trump's victory is going to play a very big role. And number two, it increases the hope that full self-driving is going to be uh, introduced much sooner than expected. And then their battery revenue is going to be 25% starting next year, which is a huge change in Tesla revenue. And then, of course, the momentum is there. The prices have been reviewed, and the highest price target was $315, but I think it's going to go up in the near future. So everything is in Tesla's favor unless something drastic happens. As I always say, stock market is a very risky place. Things change all the time. I think it has a momentum in the long run. In the next few months, it could go up to $400, $460 in the early part of 2025. However, at $315, $320, I think it's a good place to take some profit because yes, the momentum is there, hope is there, but if Elon Musk comes forward tonight and he says, okay, I'm selling ABC numbers of a certain number of shares because I need to invest more money into my such and such company, then of course, once he starts selling, it's going to put some downward pressure on Tesla stock, and people could lose some money. So taking some profit is a good idea. Again, as I always say, not a personalized financial advice. Please use your own judgment and use your own financial situations and make decisions accordingly. All right. Stock market in general, I think is gonna rally as well, because FOMC meeting was 2 days, actually one day after the election, November 6th and November 7th, and we, as expected, there was 25% rate cut, and I think they will do another 25% rate cut. This is the first time ever since I've been listening to Jerome Powell. I think he was the most bullish, and he said the inflation was under control. We're going to have soft landing, and he is going to, and he did sound very bullish for the first time in the history of past since COVID, I guess. So I think they'll do a rate cut in December again. And then, of course, we will have Santa Claus rally November and the early part of December. And then at the end of December, it will be tax harvesting season. So there will be some sales taking place because people have to report their losses and their tax. So the tax harvesting and the end of December is always a very bad time. Stocks crash. So it's a good time to enter into some of the stocks that you want to buy. But it's not a very good time to kind of make profit. And then starting next year, I think we're going to have good first quarter in general. So I think stock market is going to do well. Again, there's never a guarantee in the stock market because things keep changing every second, every moment, every day. So anything could happen, but the given situation is this is what it's telling me. Tesla is going to go up. Palantir, I know I've said I'll record a separate video. I just haven't had a chance. I just came back from somewhere. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I thought I should do just quick video because I am just always behind and late for the party. This was a very exciting week that I have been watching very closely. Now I want to talk about Bitcoin. I usually don't talk about Bitcoin on this channel except for I think once before I have discussed it. So everybody knew that if Trump becomes the president, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going to do well in general. And there was a huge spike in Bitcoin's prices. And my prediction for the Bitcoin is that it could hit six figure by the end of the year. and 125 to $150,000 in the early part of 2025. So if you are invested into Bitcoin, congratulations, it has already done very well so far in the past couple of months. It went from mid 50s to almost $80,000 already. So you're already a rich person. I don't have any Bitcoin. I have not invested any money into cryptocurrency except for once when I invested 1,200 bucks in FTX, and that was a fraud, and I lost that money. So since then, it was just a turn off for me. Am I looking forward to invest in Bitcoin? Yes, but I don't have any money right now to invest in anything. I ran out of cash. And that's the reason why I'm not invested into Bitcoin. If you are holding Bitcoin, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. I think you are going to make some big bucks in the next few months. So I think Bitcoin is going to do well. It will reach 125 to 150, $100,000 by the end of the year. Almost, I can almost guarantee. Well, there's never a guarantee, but you know what I mean. That's my gut feeling. I think that's what's going to happen. Um, so stock market is going to do well. I think Fed is pretty hopeful that they have controlled inflation. Trump, I listened to his victory speech, and I was very happy that he talked about bringing the economy back, bringing the making America great again as usual. And then he also talked about ending the war, and he wants to have peace in the world, and he is going to do this. So whether he would do it or not, that's a different story, but his speech was very hopeful, and I was very happy that he delivered that speech. I think this time, in this term, he is much more mature and more experienced president as compared to his last term, and I think he will make his policy very wisely, and then he will keep his mouth shut, because that's what gets him in trouble, and that's what makes people go against him. Um, so this is not a political statement. I'm not pro-Trump or pro-Harris or anything for that matter. I did not vote for any of them. I voted for a third party, but that's besides the point. Why I'm saying, because now he is in power. So for us to talk about Harris, what she would have done, is just useless at this point. So what do we have in front of us as a leader? I think we have to see what capabilities he has and what is he going to do for us as the general public, as a common American man and woman, and what is it that's going to benefit us, our family, our economy, and those who are more vulnerable in the world because of the help of the US. Maybe it's time that Trump will stop the war and he will bring peace to the Middle East and save lives in Gaza. That's my hope from Donald Trump. But again, that's my personal bias. You don't have to agree with me. But those who are investors who watch my channel, this is my prediction. Tesla stock's gonna go up. It's gonna do good in the short term and the long term. But my advice would be not a personalized financial advice, just a general advice that it's a good place to take some profit, because people are gonna start selling call options since the valuation has gone high and the Tesla stock has gone pretty high. That's one of the options people might think about. Whether they'll do it or not, I don't know. They might still hold on to their shares and think, well, Tesla has this momentum, it's going to keep going up, and then we don't want to take the loss. So they might still hold on to share. And if that's the case, then Tesla has a very well chance of going up to, I don't know, $356 for $400. But that's, as I said, it's very risky at this point. We have job data coming up, and then we have next CPI report in December. So we'll see how the numbers look, and then of course market is going to take turn accordingly. I think we have at least 18 days before that happens. So for the next 18 days, I feel like market is going to do pretty well. And then we're going to start the Santa Claus rally after the next CPI data comes and the job release comes out. That's going to determine the fate of the market. But I think market is pretty over, and the market is hoping that there's no more inflation and the rates are going to go down. So once not the rates are going down, 25% is not going to make a big difference. But stocks like Tesla, which are rate sensitive stocks, they're going to do better because of that reason as well. So as I said, there are so many reasons, good catalysts for Tesla to keep going up. And I think it's going to keep going up unless they announce, public offering or selling of their shares or things like that. That's a different story. Then of course that always puts a downward pressure. But if you're holding it for like a day or two or month, of course, then be wise. But if you're holding for long term, I think Tesla has a very bright future, and we are going to make some money. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to make you very rich as well. In the early part of the 2025, you could be making doubling, tripling your money in the next few months. So just make your decisions based off your own personal financial situations. I hope this video helps. Please give my video a thumbs up. I'm very tired, as you can see. I can barely talk. I'm falling asleep. I'm gonna end this video. Until next video, take care.